Hi everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger. Whoa! 2018 has been quite a bumpy ride. Crazy! In my life, I had to attend more than half a dozen weddings. I visited England twice, and my grandmother keeps coming to our house more frequently than ever before, and I lost two relatives, both of which are my aunts. Anything happy about my life that year? Well, I got this for Christmas. And on Nickelodeon, there's a show I am superly attached to. Took me 2 years after its premiere to get into it, but it was worth it. Of course, 2018 is also a sad year for the entertainment industry. We discovered that some makers like John Kricfalusi, James Gunn, and Butch Hartman have been doing terrible things, like underage dating, pedophilic jokes, and putting your religion first before doing anything else to your streaming service and entertainment. Also this year, just like 2009 and 2016, we lost a lot of well-known celebrities like Stephen Hawking, Bud Lucky, Will Vinton, Arlie Ermy, David Oakenstiers, Aretha Franklin, Steve Ditko, Burt Reynolds, Avicii, and perhaps two of the saddest that year, Stan Lee and Stephen Hillenburg. May they all rest in peace, and hopefully in 2019, the Grim Reaper won't visit more often than those years. Though I wonder when its time's up for Kirk Douglas. Anyways, I got some news to tell you about what's happening to me, and what's gonna happen to me this year. Because this year is my 10th anniversary of having a Deviantart account, a YouTube account, and a Newgrounds account. In fact, it all started in 2009. 2009 was a revolutionary year for me. Sure, it's the same year we lost the king of pop like Michael Jackson and other people like Billy Mays, B. Arthur, Farrah Fawcett, and Dom DeLuise, and it was also when things got really bad for the cartoon community. In 2009 for Cartoon Network, with the exception of gaining shows from other companies like the Superhero Squad Show, Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, and League of Super Evil, Cartoon Network itself created no new cartoons. Instead, they created 5 live-action shows. It was also one of the worst years for Nickelodeon. SpongeBob was currently at Season 6, the season that gave us some of the worst episodes of the entire show like The Card, Boating Buddies, Choir Boys, Truth or Square, and perhaps most infamously, The Splinter. Debatably, they aren't as bad as One Course Meal and A Pal for Gary, but they still weren't very pleasant. It was also the year that began the craze for Nick to have 2 idiot best friends doing nothing but bro stuff and annoying people, starting with Fanboy and Chum Chum, and leading ways to shows like Sanjay and Craig and Breadwinners. Yeah, wasn't that special for Nickelodeon instead of allowing the modifiers or their version of Adventure Time to be on their network instead? Good thing both networks have redeemed themselves this decade. Admittingly, I had a rough start that year too. I used to be an admin for a wiki, but back then, I was an immature, bratty teenager, to a point where I had to have my admin position removed. My first YouTube channel, under the name of Black Rhino Ranger, which I made in 2007, was suspended, because back then I didn't care or didn't know anything about the copyright stuff back then. Also, I heard that back then in 2009, YouTube was in a lot more restriction than it was today. I had to get a new account under a new name, BRRGames. Also, my very first Spore account, again under the name of Black Rhino Ranger, was terminated, and I had to buy a new Spore game in order to make a new account under BRRSP. Like I said, immature and bratty I was. With that being said, 2009 for me did get better starting in April. The game Spore Galactic Adventures really helped me with my work and ideas. It was also the year I got into Marvel more than DC. Thanks to the Iron Man movie, the Superhero Squad Show, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, made by the same people who made Swap Force, Superchargers, and the Insane Trilogy. It was also the year that I was introduced to the internet animator who inspired me to make my own animations for YouTube, Deviantart, and Newgrounds, the late Ed Gord, the creator of Ed's World. It was also the year I got my Xbox 360. So what did I do on YouTube, Newgrounds, and DeviantArt back in 2009? Well, the first video I posted using my BRRGames account was a Zoo Tycoon 2 music video using the dinosaur song from Big Green Rabbit. On Deviantart, the first picture I ever uploaded was a drawing of a crocodile picking his nose. On Newgrounds, that's when I made my first animation with actual recorded dialogue. It's called Jet Animals Christmas. It's about Rhino and Dio, characters I created when I was a kid, doing randomly everyday things for Christmas. Of course, it was very limitedly animated because back then I didn't know how to properly animate and I was still learning. Now, here we are in 2019, and I need to discuss with you if I should give myself an update as soon as I can or when the next decade comes. Starting with this question, should I finish doing my Skylanders animations this year or in 2021? Currently, I'm still finishing up the Double Dragon Decade Part 2 and Skylanders University Part 3. I'm still waiting for the guy who played Redburn to record his lines. Did I send in the lines to him? If you're out there, can you reply to me on this thing? I don't know. Unless someone ought to volunteer for his replacement. Do you think I should take over? Of course, I'll be doing an animation for Christmas and an anniversary of Skylanders. But if I were to continue my Skylanders animations until 2021, it'll be the 10th anniversary of Skylanders. But there are a few obstacles. I have heard about the new European copyright law system. If that falls into fruition, it might cause a problem for me being an internet animator. And I also heard in 2020, all Flash servers will be removed, perhaps even the ones on Deviantart. And I don't know whether or not I should go with the current version of Adobe Flash or Animate, or even a new software like Toon Boom. Even if I quit the Skylanders fan animated thing, I'll still be a fan of Skylanders. If I were to quit that and I go with something original like Rhino and Doll, 5000, Dino Dieter, etc., should I create a new account on YouTube that focuses on nothing but original animations, or use another website to use my animations as a way to make money like Upwork or Patreon? This year, I might make an animation for each of these days that celebrates my 10th anniversary of each of these accounts. They might be either remakes of those pictures or animations, or they might be something new just as a quick celebration. And those are my plans for the future in 2019 and future. Do you have any questions about it? What are your plans for 2019? Let me know in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this video.